Easy math with Miss Easley.
Hey everyone, today we're going to learn all about percents when it comes to tips at restaurants. So this is a very common real life situation where you need to know some things about percentages. And here's our first example. So let's say you go to a restaurant and your total bill is $60 and you would like to give a 20% tip. So I really like starting this kind of math with some sort of a graphic or strip diagram. So here's mine. And it's just showing that, 100% of the bill was $60, and we want to know 20% of that amount. And then I also like to set up a fraction to show, or a proportion to show you this type of math. So we know that $60 is 100%, and we want to know 20%. So I'm leaving that numerator as a mystery so that we can find a pattern or something that we can do to figure this out. So what do you notice that we could do to get from 100 down to 20? Is there an easy pattern there? Yeah, we can divide by 5. And so we can also divide that $60 by 5 to find that 20% of $60. So why don't you pause the video and do that problem. Okay, we probably got the same thing. It is $12 is 20% of the $60. So we should give a $12 tip. And so then what would our total bill be if we gave a $12 tip? Okay, yeah, $72. Great job. Okay, now I think it's time to go over to the whiteboard and try some more restaurant problems. Okay, so for our next problem, let's say we have a $60 restaurant bill, and we want to give a 25% tip. So we can use a proportion once again to help us solve this problem. So I'm going to set up a problem over here. So $60 is 100%, and then we want to know 25%, but we don't know this numerator here. So let's think through what we can do. So do you notice any sort of pattern to get from 100 down to 25? Yeah, it's a divide by 4 pattern. So we can do that to the top number. I'm going to let you pause the video and solve that. See what we get for our X amount. That's this right here. All right, so I got 15. So that's $15. I'm going to put it here too. And then I always like to ask, after we find out the percent of the tip, I like to ask, well, then what is the total bill? Just to make sure we have a good understanding of what this type of math is. Okay, so if you take the amount of the bill plus the tip, then you'll get your total restaurant bill. So I get $75 then. Okay, great job. Okay, in our next problem, we have a restaurant bill that's $75, and we'd like to give a 10% tip. And so we want to know this amount right here. So why don't you try this one? Try setting up a proportion and finding a pattern. Okay, let's see if yours looks like what I did. Okay, and you probably found the same pattern that I did. We can divide by 10 to get our unknown. Okay, and you're going to notice in this division problem that we are going to need to put a 0, a decimal point and a 0 to continue this problem. And we get 7.5, which can be represented as money like this. So $7.50. Okay, now let's find the total bill then. We've got the restaurant bill before the tip, $7.50 as the tip. And so let's find that total then. Okay, $82.50 is the total at that restaurant. Great job.
I hope this video helps you in your math class or at home. See you next time.